boom, 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 after. New patch coming out for Smite, so let's talk about it. Well, shit, I want it to be up here. Need the screen as big as my head. What's good, folks? We've got the Ascendant Warrior patch 7.2. And let me start this video off by saying I love the 0.2 patch. So 0.1 is always like kind of 0.0 and a half, right? 0.0 patches, that's a big season change, right? 5.0, 6.0, 7.0, something big happened. Like an overwhelming, new stuff. Maybe that didn't happen this time and people are mad about it, but that's besides the point. 7.0 and 7.1 are kind of the same patch. 0.1 is like 7.0 just happened and we forgot about this thing and that needs to be fixed and oh shit. It's kind of like the tidying up patch, right? If you watch Bar Rescue with Dan Taffer and Chef Brian Duffy, you know that they do sort of a soft open. That's kind of what 0.0 is. I mean, technically the PTS is, but 0.0 comes out and you like do it for real and then you realize that there's 3 holes there and you fill them with 0.1. Then 0.2 comes out and that's the first time that you can go, we like it, let's patch, baby. So this is where you get to, a new character and other new things, essentially. So Mulan is in this patch. The Ascendant Warrior, like I said. We'll give Mulan her own video once we can play her, whether it's PTS or live. I mean, I think I want to wait till live because everything always changes on PTS. So I'll probably just wait till live. But we can go over her real quick. I'm going to focus on the rest of the patch. Mulan is a warrior, and she's actually really sick. So the way her passive works, the whole gimmick of this character is secondary experience bars. So your 1, 2, and your 3, your sword, spear, and your bow, respectively, all level up, basically. As you use them against enemy characters, gods, and kind of minions, but not really, you can unlock extra portions of it. You need to do 600 damage, 2400 damage, and 6000 damage for your 1 and your 2, and then that's kind of cut in half for the bow, 300, 700, and 1500 damage done, right? The bow's a movement ability, so it makes sense. And basically the way it works is, as you deal damage, you unlock these extra portions. So cross strike is like a flop, flop. That's what you do. After you deal 600 damage with it, after the ability, you now get an attack speed stim. Once you do 2400 damage with it, you swipe 3 times instead of 2, and you retain that attack speed. And then once you do 6000 damage with it, not only do you get an attack speed buff after you use it, not only do you get 3 strikes instead of 2, but you also have a permanent attack speed stim, right? And the same thing does for the spear and the grapple, right? The grapple is a scorpion type pull. You get over here. You pull the bad guy towards you. Once you deal, level 1 amount of damage to it, you get a protection buff on pulling the god. Once you level it up to level 2, you can actually use it against the wall and pull yourself towards the wall, which is actually really, really sick. Shout outs to everybody that's been asking for that for Naja for a long time. And then level 3, you're just faster, 5% movement speed. So these are actually really cool. How good they are, hold my commentary, but they're very, very cool. Something very, very new, similar to how Omi is different. She still uses mana and everything, but we're thinking laterally now, which is not just now, but with maybe for the past year or so. Again, shout outs to the devs, shout outs to the designers. All of them did a good job here. The ultimate is fucking gigantic, and obviously this is a ton of damage, right? But it's kind of slow. So we'll see how real good this is. It's like a stage 1, stage 2, stage 3. It's like a long ultimate. We'll see. Skins. I don't know what character this is. Hera looks like a Warhammer character. They cut Agni in half. Odin finally got a dunk skin. It was always whether it was between Odin or Chaac. Odin's hot right now. Although I guess, how long do these skins take to make? I don't know. But Odin's always played, and that's good for skins. Mulan's purple, and Poseidon's like a robot man. And then, coming soon, because why the fuck? Yeah, sure. And then the update, February 25th is the patch. That's when it comes out. And they'll, give you some bullshit on the 10th. Tentative, subject to change, as always. Bug fixes. Fixed an issue where victory chests and battle chests were given the wrong rewards. Oh, shit. I don't care. Fixed an issue where percent HP missing healing was not affected by increased healing effects. For clarity reasons, the intended effects of healing interactions are healing increase, like Rod of Asclepius and Cadius Shield, or whatever it's called, should increase all ability-based healing, not increase any type of lifesteal, and not increase HP 5. Healing reduction should decrease all ability-based healing, decrease lifesteal, and not decrease HP 5. So Xing Chen's passive, Stone of Gaia, old Nike passive that doesn't exist, so I shouldn't bring it up anyway, those are not affected by anti-heal. Like Brawler's Beatstick, Divine Ruin. And they're also not infected by Rod of Asclepius or Cadius Shield. Lifesteal is affected by the negative, the healing reduction, but not the positive, the healing increase. And ability-based healing, like Guan Yu Heal or Hell Heal, is affected by both. It's an interesting choice. Lifesteal's already, I mean, I guess the idea is like Lifesteal, you have a Nasi, you're already healing off of like 3 shots, right? Cool. I have no issue with that. Jungle practice. Fixed an issue where Odin bots weren't scaling protections as intended. Fixed an issue where the Fire Giant wasn't used as bot. Yeah, sure. Good job. Divios loves this change. Conquest. Titan crystals. You know how they're like... So they'll block all projectiles as if they were a normal wall. They adjusted the geometry between... When do those crystals break? When a Phoenix goes down? I actually have no idea. I assume they're related to the Phoenixes, but I don't know. Adjust the geometry between the split mid-harpy camps to be slightly more forgiving for players trying to blink or jump over. What that means is that there was a sweet spot to blink over, but it was probably so small that it was unnecessarily frustrating, right? And so they make it bigger. They just like shave, essentially, a little bit off of the walls. You're taking a skill element out of it. You have to know the exact sweet spot. Now there's some wiggle room. Sure, that's okay. I don't really mind that all that much. And the Jungle Shrine, player-made walls that collide with the shrine will no longer be destroyed. I guess you could wall people off from clearing their 25 gold shrine. Ton of cool. It's intended to stay on the Conquest map until the team takes it. Once it's been successfully taken after 15, it won't respawn for the rest of the game. That's cool. It was made in 7.1, but not properly mentioned. In Season 6, the totem would immediately despawn in 15 minutes. Yes. So, because they buffed the Totem of Coup. So now if it's sitting there at 15 minutes, it's probably worth something still. So go ahead and grab it. Cool, no problem. User interface. I don't give a shit. Gods and items. Kali, you can use a controller with her. Cool. Inbound still going to die when he jungles. The Morrigan fixed issues with her ultimate target selection UI. Cool. Already hotfixed. Cool. Bastet, achievements, Terra. Dude, I'm not going to read these. Project Olympus. New eSports and Livestream Hub. This update includes a huge feature for Smite's eSports. eSports and Livestream Hub will add a new area to the game client where players can earn points by watching Smite and spend them on brand new skins. This area should greatly benefit players, both new and old. Hopefully, it encourages many new players to check out Smite eSports, and its reward system will provide yet another way for dedicated Smite players to earn great new skins. This is something that players have been asking for, and we've been excited to deliver. Cool. So they finally get eSports in the client, which is really sick. Sweet. So you got to link your account with Twitch or Mixer. You earn viewer points by watching the stream with a linked account. Predicting the winner of upcoming SPL matches. I'll probably be doing prediction streams, videos, so that's pretty sick. Thanks for giving me easy content. Purchasing the Battle Pass, sure. Mixer points will be converted to viewer points because you can watch on either Twitch or Mixer. Maybe not YouTube, but basically since they're multi-streaming now, I guess. That's kind of telling us that they're going to do that, right? Anyway, viewing. Gain 50 viewer points for 12 minutes of stream viewing. Voting. You can vote for games being played in 2 weeks, up to 2 hours before they're played. SPL games are Friday, Saturday, Sunday at 3 p.m. Cool. Store. Players may purchase a rotating set of skins. Cool. Teams. View info about each of the SPL teams. Check their current win-loss records and standings, and buy avatars, award skins to support the team. The mixer store is being removed this time. Sweet. This is awesome. For a long time, it's been really tough to do this, mainly because it wasn't a priority. Now they're doubling down. This is sick. Before we fully go into the balance, we want to take some time to talk about what won't be on the list. Season 7 comes large shifted items and God priorities. It takes a significant amount of time for players to really explore what's available. I agree with this. But so before Season 7, we saw considerable feedback asking for Transcendence and Heartseeker nerfs. We're very aware of these requests, and we're keeping it a top priority going forward. But for now, we decided not to implement these nerfs due to community feedback and overall class balance in Season 7. We have seen a lot of concerns that carries, I hate it. ADC is not a ubiquitous term. Attack damage doesn't exist in the fucking game of Smite. I don't think developers should ever use the term ADC. I think that's so terrible. Hunter, we've used the word carry. It's on the Xbox client. We should use the same terminology that's in the client. ADC is a League of Legends term. I hate it. Anyway. ADCs or junglers might feel less impactful. Nerfing their core items would push them even further in an undesirable direction. Sure. Magi and Focus. Sure. Okay. Bonus balance. Certain changes planned for the next update will be launched in the live game earlier than the official update. Bonus balance changes will launch 2 weeks before the update. We're doing this for the next few updates going forward and see how it works out before we decide it's permanent. That's good. These changes need to be purely numerical. Yes. So basically, any change that they can go into the database and just change, like, Odin does 6 damage. Now he does 10, right? It's probably not the way we want to move Odin, but you get what I'm saying. They can do without, like, a full deployment process. And since they can, they'll try it. And if it works, that's cool. Here are the items that might be, or that are coming in like 5 days. Toxic Blade is cheaper. Witchblade is cheaper. Bastet will scale at 90% instead of 100 on her jump. Heimdall will go from 130 to 125 on his big meaty basics. And the 2 will go from 35 to 30 scaling and doesn't provide protections. That's probably a good thing. Although, to be honest with you, I find that you're canceling a lot in the late game, so that's besides the point. Odin. The Allfather has shown he is OP. Gungir's Might. Damage goes down a little bit in notably the early game. It's down by 5 overall. And the throw damage goes down by 20 overall, which is pretty big. Ring of Spears will also hurt less. Instead of being 420 at top, it's going to be 400. Cool. Susano is a douchebag, so they're going to kick him. Ooh, wow. From 60 to 40% scaling on the ultimate. I just felt the ultimate did too much damage. Thor's 3. Cooldown's going to be increased to 10%, or 10 seconds rather, and have lower scaling. Good. Less damage from Thor. Yamoja, she was able to lock down a target with Moonstrike and all that shit, so they're going to reduce the effectiveness of both of them. So Moonstrike will have less power scaling and, less power scaling overall, both inside and outside. And the stun will stay at, this is actually huge. 1.4 to 1 seconds seems small, but you know it's not. This is a big change. Much bigger than this. Fuck your mid, Yamoja. This is a big change. Decrease the shield health from, okay, that's also pretty big. That's pretty big. It's not as big as the stun, I think. I think the stun is bigger. So here's the Conquest balance. Late game Phoenix Sieges can often be difficult, with a misstep causing the game to swing on its head. When a team has secured a significant lead through an extended game, the final siege with Enhanced Fire Giant should be more approachable. By reducing backdoor protection with Enhanced Fire Giant, teams should have more opportunities to push a single or multiple birds. In games that are still closer, teams should have the capability to fight back and defend. Added Yggdrasil to the background of the map. What? What? Did you just paste this in? That doesn't fucking make any sense. It's very cool, but it doesn't make any fucking sense. I just read about the approach to late game Phoenix sieges, and they're like, oh, so we added the guys in the background like Apex. What? Real talk, this is actually really cool. Smite has lore, which, basically, Vorthos is correct me in the comments. I'll, upvote or whatever YouTube calls it, the guy who gets it right. But basically, all the gods are fighting each other, and Ares killed Chalk at some point, and then Zeus died, and that's where Oleron comes in. He, takes over. Fenrir fucked something up before all that, and now Oleron's kind of like the head honcho, and Mulan comes out. I don't really know any Smite lore, but as the lore happens, they're going to add shit, which is very cool. Like, 1 week, you'll just look and be like, oh, what the fuck is that? It's Robin Hood's great uncle if you read the Connecticut Yankee and King Arthur's Court, and so by connecting those dots, we can tell that Robin Hood's the next god, or some shit. You know what I mean? That'll be really, really cool. I'm excited for that. Not that it has anything to do with this entire piece of patch notes, but cool. Thumbs up. Why not? Anyway, so they're talking about late game sieges, and here they actually mention it. Decreased backdoor protections on Phoenixes in general. And also, they increased the EFG effect on backdoor protections from 50% to 75%. This means you get 12.5 reduced damage to structures with no minions in the area. Previously, it was 25 while having the EFG buff. This is huge. Thank you. Mainly because it is still easier to siege than it ever has, or easier to defend a siege than it ever has been, and that, to me, is a good thing. However, it is a viable... It shouldn't be 50%. It shouldn't be a 50-50. If I'm down 20k gold, I can just AFK until they take everything off the map, hit the Phoenix, and then I go, okay, Ho Yi ult. Okay, Cupid ult. Okay, Kugel Khan has cleared every minion, and they have to still, jerk off in the lane. So, I want that to be a playstyle and a possibility, but it should not be a coin flip if you're 20,000 gold up. It should be 70 to 30, 60 to 40. And one of the ways to do that is the Enhanced Fire Giant rarely goes down to the losing team. The losing team might be able to snatch an Oni Fury here, or the losing team, like I said, can stand in place and use abilities to defend the Phoenix very well, but the losing team rarely, not never, but rarely gets the Enhanced Fire Giant, especially the Enhanced Fire Giant. And so, and if you're playing well, you're forcing your opponent to play Root Beer Tapper on the other things that they've got to deal with, and so this is a smart buff change. Nerf. If your team Fire Giant, it's a buff. If your team Phoenix, it's a nerf. I really like this change. I think this is quality. Dual lane Harpy, giving teams more to consider, but its overall value made it easy to ignore. Sweet. More XP. Items. Vision Shard. Players will now receive a pop-up notifying them to upgrade this relic. We stream every day, 11 a.m. Got it. And I think I've remembered to upgrade my relic once at level 12. And it's one of those things in Smite right now. You know how everybody gets mad about shit that they do themselves, right? Not upgrading your relic is the one thing that Smite fans... There was a moment where teleport and beads looked similar. Now, if my solo laner, or if my carry buys teleport, I'm immediately tilted, and I'm probably going to be mean to them. When that patch was live, you saw your carry with teleport, and you went, Neith, that's not beads. And they go, fuck! And then you all laugh about it, right? That's what Vision Shard is. You're like 30 minutes into the game, and you see your level 20 set that's 25 and 5 with a Vision Shard. You're like, set, relic? And then he goes, fuck! And then everybody laughs at him. So, yes, this was one of those things that I was like, everybody was like, oh man, they better change this. And obviously they will. That is so ubiquitous. Every player forgets this. So yeah, good. It's going to flash. When it's upgraded, it will be ready to use and not be on cooldown. Yeah, so right now on live, if you like put the war down and it's on cooldown, you upgrade your relic, that's on cooldown, so you can't like kind of game the system. It's like a shitty 30-second ward. I guess they just said fuck it. Hand of the Gods will now follow your ability and casting option, normal, quick, instant. You should play on instant. Okay. Spectral Armor. It's a counter item to deal with crit. When the passive assists in the skull, base stats made it often worse in most scenarios when it comes to mitigations, while only being slightly more efficient in dealing with critical strikes. So basically, Spectral Armor versus a different physical prot item. When you get hit by anything but a crit, this item is too shitty. And then when you do get crit, you are better than if you had a different phys protection item, but not by much. Like it was too small. And so they're pivoting the CCR to health, allowing this item to see more general success and allowing it to truly shine when built as a counter. So they're decreasing the phys prots to 65, but they're adding health. Okay. I don't know if they should have decreased these phys prots. 5 prots is a fair amount, but we'll see. We'll see. AMC cycles in and out of the meta. He's struggling to be relevant for time. We're reverting a previous adjustment to his hive to give him late game an extra buzz of attack speed. Increased attack speed to a zillion. Sweet. I love this. Now is the time where we'll probably see more reverts going forward, and the idea that a game company is wrong or stupid because they're reverting things like, oh, well, that should have been the other way around. Good thing you're reverting it. Like, shut the fuck up. We're 8-9 years into this game's lifespan at this point, and so with that in mind, context is key. The game is very different than it once was, and so this was appropriate when AMC was top pick, and now he's not, and so we'll see if this will be appropriate, the reversion. You can only make so many changes to characters. You know, these characters have been out for 7 years, and to actually like change an ability like Odin style or Bastet style requires like so many different parts, and honestly, most of the time you don't want to fucking do that. Leave my characters alone. Stop reworking shit. And so expect more changes like this. Like, we're going to put him back to the way he was season 4 because that's a very similar situation to the way he is now, and blah, 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 blah. So, cool. Hives. I always liked when AMC attacked really fast. Crit AMC is really fun to play. I'm interested. Bastet's cats can't deal with minions. They die to archer shots before even attacking. Taking a lesson from Calder and reducing the damage dealt by minions. 5 hits to take away a single pip. The 3, take 5 hits from minions, sure. Zatz got buffed a lot in 613. That jump was ridiculous, and his sustain went up after seeing the results of the adjustments. The leap range alone provides a boost to its survivability and drain potential. This is one of the last times I can say this, so I'm going to say this. I sat there in that balance meeting and I was like, you fools. The jump is enough. Do not buff him anywhere else. This is what, yeah, the jump is insane. He's very good. Heartseeker helped him. This is the way he should be. Kukulkan, people still love this character. They've been kind to Kukulkan for the past season. Whirlwind and Zephyr provide strong damage and control, sure. Whirlwind, damage goes down. Zephyr, damage goes down. Fuck this character. I'm just tired of him. Kumba brings some of the strongest utility with some of the highest damage. Epic Uppercut is decreased in damage. Why Solo Kumba? Solo Kumba is really fun, and especially now with Tyrannical Helm, you want to play Guardians in the solo lane, I think. Yeah, this needs to happen. Universe Ring Toss is getting a nerf. The Prot Shred is going down, and the ultimate decreased damage per hit, but increase the scaling. Yes. This is exactly the change that I think Naja needs. Naja is one of my favorite characters, and one of the reasons he's one of my favorite characters is because he does multiple things and can be played in multiple positions, arguably all 5. The Prot Shred is still there at top level. 14 to 13 doesn't really matter. Realistically, like, sure, but not really. 10 to 5 really does. 11 to 7 really does. And that early game when you're level 4 and Naja's just like as a support, and fucking, like, this is a nice change. And Windfire Wheels, now you need to build power, just like Circuit, like they mentioned up here. This is what should happen. You'll still do damage as support, but, like, there's no reason I should get ulted by a full tank character, taken out of the fight for, like, 3 seconds, what is it, 2.6, and then land on the ground and have 30% HP. That's ridiculous. Now, if you want to really hurt people in that ultimate, you need to build power. You're going to be scaling at 90% without power. You're going to be scaling at 105% with power, right? So, sure. Nike, the jump has a smaller cooldown. I think Nike is better than people give her credit for. This is a change that might, like, wake people up to that fact. I don't know. I don't dislike the change. A few seasons ago, Raijin brought heavy pressure. They made us nerf him. Now the itemization has changed. The map has changed. The meta has changed. They're going to revert him again. They're going to buff him to that power. Cool. Set. Et. Performed well at the top end of play, but struggled everywhere else. They're going to... Basic attack power from 37 to 39 is probably a change that will only affect the lower end players. Because if I'm already killing you as a good player, 37 to 39 won't really change that. But if I'm just barely not killing you as a bad player, this is a change to allow that person to hit it. Damage from 70, yeah. This doesn't need to happen. But this, if you're too dumb to use clones, now you'll hit somebody for 20 extra damage, right? Cool. I think this might be a walk in the wrong direction. I don't think that should be buffed, but this is a small buff that won't affect players that he's overpowered for. This might be a problem. We'll see. Similar to Nike, Vimana struggled to compete with other warriors. They're boosting the ultimate. So the shield will go from 0.6 to 1% maximum health. So the shield will be better. And this is interesting. Successful attacks on enemies while in the ult will give you 5% movement speed for 3 seconds. Stacks up to 3 times, that's 15. So you're going like, wah, wah, wah. It's basically Atalanta's bow. As you start bapping people down, you go faster and faster and faster, which you're never going to escape the big baby. I don't know, man. Vimana works already because you don't even have to hit the players to make them run away. You're holding as a soul laner to zone. So as a Vimana, I like run towards, I kill somebody with my combo, I go into the ultimate, and then I whap, whap, whap my way, and you all have to run away, right? If I'm dealing damage to you or not, you're still running away. So, I don't know, this might be OP. We'll see. Shibalanke, cooldown of the ultimate's going down, and the branching Bola will go higher. This character is already really annoying to lane against. So the initial hit isn't getting buffed, it's just the branch. 30 to 40%. 40%, that's huge. This guy's going to be an asshole. Also, people complain a lot about losing the stun. And I think losing the stun was bigger than I anticipated, but still not as big as I think people reacted to it. And I think when this gets reduced to 90 seconds, people will realize how good that ability is even without the stun. So, I don't know. It's pretty interesting. Overall, I think the patch is pretty cool. I think the set change is it's a little rough. Mulan seems like a sick character. Vimana scares me a little bit. I love the Naja change. I love the Totem of Ku change. Cool. Yeah. It's another Smite patch, baby. Like I said, we'll go over Mulan when we can actually play her. Let me know what you think. You love the patch? You hate the patch? What's up, baby? Let me know, and we'll talk about it. Thanks. Like, comment, subscribe. Peace.